11. Good evening, I'm Leslie Foster. Picture this, you've booked a luxury sailing trip. You were promised a journey of a lifetime. With me so far? Well, some of our neighbors say what they got instead was not like anything they'd ever seen. And they're not just complaining, they're taking action. Here's Larry Miller with a WUSA 9 original, Travel Nightmare.
I travel on my own most of the time. The draw for me for this was the fact that there were going to be 20-25 boats of people, of black people, traveling the British Virgin Islands.
She was one of nearly 250 black travelers that vacationed in the British Virgin Islands in June. The Black Yacht Week trip was organized by Black Travel Movement. The company organizes trips for travelers all over the world. On the company's website, they said Black Yacht Week vacationers would feel at ease and be treated like a VIP during the 7-day vacation.
It wasn't what it was sold to be.
The vacation packages cost either $29.50 or $33.50 depending on the yacht. The trip was to include luxury boats, staff, gourmet meals, stops to scenic places like the island of Anegada, and a list of other perks. But instead of gourmet meals, some of the boats served peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, even hot dogs.
As soon as our chef got on the boat and realized what was going on, he went from boat to boat to go grab food for us.
The vacationers say many of the 26 boats had mechanical issues. Wilson's boat didn't have electricity the first night.
We realized pretty quickly that we needed to kind of get in the driver's seat and do some problem solving, just kind of doing whatever we needed to do to kind of walk around with the electrician on the boat to make sure the boat was even safe to go out to water.
They even missed seeing some of the islands they were scheduled to see. Based on the itinerary, this is what the trip should have looked like. But this is the route that many of the boats took, bypassing at least 3 islands. Some of the biggest attractions, like Anegada.
I feel duped for a lot of reasons. I selected to do this trip over sailing with my other sail group, which ultimately would have cost me half of what I paid for this trip.
Once the vacationers returned home, they wanted to warn others about their experiences with Black Travel Movement and their failed vacation. They tried to post the information on Black Travel Movement's Facebook page, but just as quick as the comments went up, they were taken down. We spoke with the company's owner, Reggie Cummings, in his North Carolina home.
Are you monitoring the page such as if someone makes a negative comment that it gets deleted?
I have a group of moderators. We have a group of guidelines. The answer to your question is, I don't know of any business in America that would post a negative comment about their business.
So that's a yes.
That's a yes.
So Pearson created the Black Travel Movement's Trip Vacation Reviews Facebook page.
I'm corporate, I guess I would say, and I'm trying to keep it at a corporate level.
The group even laid out a strategy to take it a step further, showing members of the group how to file complaints against Black Travel Movement. Since the creation of the group, 8 complaints were filed against Cummings with the Better Business Bureau and 16 complaints with North Carolina's Consumer Protection Division. Now the North Carolina Justice Department is investigating Cummings for unfair and deceptive practices. Many on the trip want either some or all of their money refunded.
Do the right thing. You've messed up, fix it.
So when can they expect their money?
It's not as simple as I'll pay you next Tuesday or I'll pay you when this happens or that happens. It is a very, very complex.
It's complex because of the legal battle that's brewing. Annapolis-based Dream Yacht Charter was contracted by Cummings to supply the 26 boats, food, and alcohol and staff during the trip. Dream Yacht Charter is suing Cummings for more than $550,000 and for unjust enrichment, breach of contract, and fraud.
I'm not allowed to discuss the financial situation between me and Dream Yacht Charter's advice of my attorney.
Dream Yacht Charter claims that Cummings failed to pay a balance of $500,000 before embarking on the trip. In their complaint, they say Cummings assured them several times that the balance would be paid. But Dream Yacht Charter says that they never received the balance, even after Cummings signed a confession of judgment acknowledging he owed the money. But Cummings' attorney wants the confession of judgment thrown out. He says that Cummings was coerced into signing the document and not given the opportunity to seek the advice and counsel of an attorney.
Black Travel Movement does not own a single yacht, hire a single captain, or employ a single chef. So those services were promised to me by Dream Yacht Charters, and I would pass those services along to the members and attendees of this trip.
As for the problem with the boat's staff and food, lawyers for Dream Yacht Charter tell us the company never received complaints regarding mechanical issues during the trip and therefore could not have addressed those concerns without notice. The lawyers add Dream Yacht Charter deployed speedboats with more food, even money for the captains, once they learned about the problems. They say the food issues were resolved in 2 days, but vacationers say they were buying food for the duration of the trip.
Many of the travelers on the trip, they said a couple of things. Larry, I get that this trip was costing more than maybe what I can do on my own.
Sure.
I was willing to pay it because I was expecting a great experience to feel
That
what
is
a luxurious sailing excursion
absolutely
was going
what
to be
I
like.
promised and expected to deliver to them, and that is what I will promise and expect to deliver to the 2020 Black Yacht Week group. Absolutely.
But listen, that's a little problematic, right? I mean, we're worried about 2020, but
No,
2019 is
I'm not-
still a bit of a mess.
And I'm not even getting to we have not even launched or started planning 2020 until this is resolved.
Larry Miller, WUSA 9.
All right, it's still not clear where the money Reggie Cummings collected for that trip went. He told Larry it's in an escrow account, but Cummings' lawyer says he can't confirm that account. There is more to this story. Reggie Cummings recently lost a court battle in Prince George's County, and it all has to do with a failed trip to Cuba. You'll find that story on our WUSA 9 app.